Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video, I'll be reacting to the Jaden Daniels mic'd up against the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday Night Football to clinch the Washington Commanders a playoff berth. I'll talk about that. Also give you guys a big injury update going into the last game of the regular season. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. We're really close to 14,500, like 50 away. I know we can do it after today's video. Just hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It helps out a ton. And then also check out BetUS. So the mic'd up, a lot of people have been waiting for it. He was mic'd up for the Atlanta Falcons game, if you did not know. And yeah, a lot of people have been waiting for it. Didn't know if it was going to come out today. Some people thought yesterday, Wednesday. It finally came out. It's 14 minutes. It's on the Commanders YouTube. I'm not going to play all of it here just because there's some, copyright issues, and, it's there. It's the team's content. So you guys can check out the whole video for yourselves, but this is just my takeaways. I'll show you all some clips as well, and then get into a injury update. But overall, I mean, it was great just watching Jaden Daniels for 14 minutes. Cool, calm, and collected. Everything you thought going into that mic'd up, what you were going to see, you saw. Basically just a guy on the sideline that was chill. The moment was not too big for him. He's a leader. I mean, going into half, I mean, it was they're down, and he's talking to Zach Ertz, and he's like, hey, we still got one more half to go, something like that. And for him to be saying that to a veteran, seeing that the vet's a little bit down, or even if he wasn't, he's just doing that. So it's great to see that. He, with Terry, there was one play where, or it was after a touchdown that he threw to Zach Ertz, I believe, and Terry wasn't having his best day. He said to Terry, hey, stay with it, you're gonna make a play. Now, he didn't end up making some big plays, but he was in there on some blocks, and just doing that and installing trust in your teammates is something that very few rookies do. Even like vets, some of them don't even do it. And for him to do it in his rookie year, I don't care how old he is a little bit older for rookie, but for him to be able to do that even at his age 24, which is a little bit old for rookie, still is absolutely insane. And I love to see it. There was a clip, he was talking to Jesse Bates. He was like, I don't know, I'll just play the clip for you guys real quick.
Hey, what's up?
I think that part was a different part, but I'm about to show the part where he's talking to Jesse Bates a little bit later.
Hey, nothing but respect, OG. I said nothing but respect, my guy. Hey, you making plays, bro, for real. Appreciate you.
So basically, you see, I mean, the first part was just him dropping back, whatever. It was a little bit of an extended clip. Shout out to Brandon. But he's basically saying, respect OG or whatever. He's talking to Jesse Bates for a little bit, who's been, a really good safety for a while now in the league. He's talking to him, and then Jesse Bates says, you're going to be one of the greats. So he has a lot of respect from these players that he's playing and across the NFL. Like, players, trust me, are going to want to play with Jaden Daniels, for Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. It's going to be a lot easier to attract talent starting this offseason. Even this past offseason and the trade deadline, it started to get easier. This moment was cool too. Jayden was trying to catch his wind, and they called a timeout. He's kneeling down, or crouched down, and the whole offense is kind of looking at him. They're all asking if he's okay. He's like, yeah, like he's not saying a lot, but he's like, yeah, I'm good, just trying to catch the wind. And then I'm just gonna see if Mariota is in this clip. Let's see. Mariota is in the next clip, but this was cool as well. The fans were chanting MVP. So you see that again, that's cool as well. And there was a clip. I'll try to pull it up here in a second. Actually, yeah, I'll pull it up. But it's basically him, same scene, basically, just right. They cut this part out in this clip, but right after that, Marcus Mariota goes up to him, is like, yo, stand up a little bit. Like when you got the wind knocked out of you, it's better to stand up. He tells him that. and then tells him a couple other things. I really liked to hear that from Mariota, and shows you why it was a good signing. And even though he hasn't played a lot, which is good that he hasn't played a lot, he's bringing a lot to the team with his experience and his leadership. This was just some takeaways from Tan Todd. Shout out to them, their Twitter. He said he's transcendent. The whole team looks to him. He's respected league-wide. Whole time he's just a chill guy playing the game he loves, and I can't believe he plays for my favorite team. And he also, was calling out, obviously calling out plays. His cadence seemed good, but also, Tyler Biadasz was out. He was helping Michael Dieter out in terms of helping him, when to snap the ball and, some other stuff. Like after the touchdown, Michael Dieter was the first guy to go back to Jaden Daniels, who first of all was just standing there. He was like, you're just another pass. But he was the first guy to go back to him, says he loves him and thanks for getting me right or something like that. So Jayden was definitely helping Michael Dieter out. And hey, that's what you have to do when you get injuries. The guys have to step up, but you sometimes, as a leader, you have to help out too. So here, I'll show you guys the Terry clip. I think that was a good clip. Actually, I'll show you the Mariota clip. So shout out again to Tan Todd for this one. I'll go ahead. Actually, we're not going to full screen just in case of copyright issues, but let me show that one real quick. And a fun fact, I quote tweeted this with a picture, is Jaden Daniels with a Mariota jersey a while back, a Titans one. So it's cool to see that and, him now with Marcus Mariota. And he also said that, even before he got drafted to the Commanders, Mariota said, if you ever need any help with anything, let me know. So this is the clip. In this one, it doesn't show the audio, but you can see what Mariota said. This is what Jaden Daniels said that Mariota said, and then it was confirmed in the mic'd up today. So basically, he was like, stand up, catch your air, get your wind, and go out there and execute. Use your God-given abilities, and let's go win this game. And hey, guess what he did next play? He used his God-given abilities and won the game. So that was a great thing to see there between Mariota and Jaden Daniels. Sometimes you need that. I'm not saying Jayden needed that, but it certainly didn't hurt. And a huge shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video, also sponsoring the entire 2024 to 2025 NFL season on the channel. You got a bunch of different sports you can bet on. There's football this week starting tomorrow. There's college football today as well. The Hokies are playing. Go Hokies. You got the Commanders playing against the Dallas Cowboys at 1 p.m. at Dallas on Sunday. The Commanders are currently 6-point favorites. If you use my code YouTube150, you get 150% first time deposit match on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. You can see the different games and things you can bet on today. Make sure you guys check them out. They got the fastest payouts in the industry, and as usual, make sure to bet responsibly. All right, so back to the video. So overall, I think you gotta watch it for yourself. And a bunch of the main things and the cool stuff I went out and talked about and showed you some clips, but again, I think it would be better if you all watched it for yourselves. But basically, I think you saw the leadership in full display. I think you would have gotten a little bit more out of his personality if, first off, it wasn't as big of a game. I think he would be locked in regardless, but also if he wasn't mic'd up, because he was mic'd up, he was a little bit more reserved in what he was saying, and people also aren't going to be talking to him as much. That's always, the thing with mic'd up guys. Like, the players don't really want to talk to them as much. He was joking around on the sideline, like, the Commander's going to make me lose all my friends, making me mic'd up. And then, him and Sam Hartman seem really close. They were joking around on the sideline. I think that's a good connection that those two have. I think the rookie class as a whole is very close. Anytime like Sanderstill made a play, Jayden made sure to note that. It seemed like, Luke and Jayden were kind of close as well, even though Luke didn't make any big plays. You saw the connection a little bit there on the sideline. Again, same thing with Sam Hartman and some of the other guys. And yeah, I think you could see some of the guys he had a connection with, like a really good connection, like Zach Ertz, Terry, those guys for sure. Jayden has a really good connection with, so it's definitely cool to see for sure. So Let's go into a injury update. So Marshawn Lattimore, Tyler Owens, and Jordan McGee are all out for the game against the Cowboys. So Lattimore is a loss, but here's what I'll say. Having him out this week isn't a big deal just because, CeeDee Lamb is going to be out for this game. Out last game, I think they put him on IR before that game. So he's out for the year, which is really just this week. So they don't have to worry about a top 3, definitely top 5 receiver in all of football. So that is good for sure. So it gives you a little bit, it makes you feel better about Lattimore not playing. And then Tyler Owens, a good special teams guy, and same thing with McGee, and plays a little bit on defense. But those guys aren't huge losses. Let's hope those guys are back for the playoff game. I don't know. McGee, I think, was limited at some point this week. They haven't released the injury report from today. They just, said who was ruled out. So that's the stuff there. Eckler had a great week. Looks like he could be off of IR and play this week. Who knows? I don't mind either way. I mean, Eckler definitely helps your chances of winning, but also if you want to rest him and get him fully good to go for that playoff game, regardless who it is against, the Eagles, the Rams, or the Bucks. Hopefully the Rams or the Bucks, but that is something to keep in mind as well. And it's good that those are the only guys that are ruled out. Wiley was limited yesterday, so that was very good. De'Ami Brown was limited as well, so that is good. And, those guys are progressing. Maybe they don't play this week. That's fine. But as long as they're back for that playoff game, that is what matters. So Wiley looks like he'll be back. Looks like De'Ami Brown will be back. And then Lattimore said, or not Lattimore, but Quinn said, I love the speed he's working with, and he's certainly very close with Lattimore. So even though he's not playing this week and he's ruled out already, which is not a great sign, it seems like he's in a good spot to maybe play next week, and they're just for sure keeping him out this week because there's just not a lot of upside to play him, and maybe he gets hurt because they're going to need him in the playoffs. They don't necessarily need him Sunday, but in the playoffs, if they're playing the Rams, Puka and Cooper Kupp, he's going to have to lock down one of them. And then against the Bucks, hey, that's the Mike Evans eraser right there. That would be great. And then against the Eagles, if it's the Eagles, Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown, you're going to have someone cover them, at least contain one of those guys. So if he's out for the playoffs, it's a really, really big deal. You would obviously want to get that 6th seed, but it's more important to be at your full strength in the playoffs and have him against those 3 offenses are very good. So or at least the receivers that he's going to be matched up are. So it's going to be important to have him. But yeah, that's it for today's video. The captains for the game: Zach Ertz, Dorrance Armstrong is a former Cowboy, and then Percy Butler. And yeah, that's it. Make sure you guys check out BetUS. And if you stayed till the end, go ahead and comment down below your favorite thing from the Jaden Daniels mic'd up. Peace.